Let's get him.
So, over a period of a couple of years, I've moved to a lot of different states. I've lived in New York, I've lived in Chicago, I've lived in Atlanta, I've lived all over the place. And this particular story is going to be taking place in Chicago. And the reason why I waited was because I had a big move. I had a lot of stuff going on. But going into the new year, by the way, happy New Year, Merry Christmas. I hope you guys had wonderful holidays. I know I did, but at the end of the year, I saw the crime rate in Chicago and how many people have been shot and killed. And
Chicago has seen a spike in shootings this month. Since January 1st, the city is averaging a shooting every 3 hours.
And I thought it was astronomical, and there's no reason for this many people to die. And with that on my mind, I kind of want to do this story time. I feel like it's perfect timing, even though it's taking me absolutely forever, but why not? So I'm gonna dive right into the story. So in this particular time in my life, I was maybe around 14, 15. I lived in Chicago. I was in high school. I lived kind of on the outside of Chicago in the suburbs, not too far from it. And my high school was bad. Case in point of why this title is the way it is because my high school was bad. Like, before you could enter my high school, you had to have an ID. You had to go through security, what's it called? Little thing you walk through and it goes beep beep, whatever it's called. You had to go through like security checks. They had to pat you down, had to open your book bag. Like, it was insane the amount of security we had to go through just to get into school. And the way my high school was set up at the time was everyone had different buses, right? So there's several different neighborhoods and several different buses that go in and out. And with our particular high school, there was a lot of neighboring suburbs that would come to our high school. So there was the suburbs that I lived in and a couple of other suburbs that were considered bad suburbs. And so those kids from those different suburbs and different middle schools, we all kind of joined into one high school. So there was a lot of tension, there was a lot of different gangs, there was a lot of different issues going on with that school. And so one of the buses going to one of these bad suburbs, whatever, that's what they used to call it, the bad suburbs. So one of these buses going to one of these bad suburbs or whatever, was on the way home the day before the shooting. So they were on the way home, there were some kids on the bus, and apparently there had been some beef going on with some gangs in that neighborhood. And one of the kids on the bus was like sitting by the window and saw some people that he had beef with. So him and his guys pulled down the window and was like cursing him out. And the guys in the car like pulled out a gun and tried to shoot at the bus. And so when they got down, they were like trying to find the kids on the bus or whatever to do whatever they wanted to do to them. So apparently there was like this thing where some kid on the bus owes one of these people that was riding in the car next to them some money, and they wanted to find him and beat his ass, basically. So that's not funny, but I don't know why I just laughed. Anyway, the guy wanted to find this kid and beat his ass. So when he didn't find this kid, he kind of set some threats saying he's gonna come up to the school and find the kid and beat his ass or shoot him or whatever it is he wanted to do. So it was the day of the MLK pep rally. And at my school's lit. As you well know, every urban neighborhood school, high school is lit because there's so much diversity, there's so much talent, a lot of juking, there's a lot of footworking, whatever it's called back then. It's been some years, but a lot of twerking. Where's pep rally? Which is the pep rally that I went to. And so we get in there, everything's going good, people are like reciting poems, there's a little skit, like everything is going good. But I remember throughout the whole entire day, like, there was a lot of like rumors going around that after what happened the day before, there's someone coming up to the school to shoot it up. These rumors have been floating around, and you know, kids have been passing it around and let some of the teachers know, like, okay, there's a threat that there's someone coming to the school to come shoot it up. But no one took it seriously. Case in point. Because if anyone had taken it seriously, the shooting might not have happened. And it so goes on, everything is going great. And we get out of the prep rally, they dismiss us, and we're like walking down the hallway. And you know how, like, you know how you were in high school or whatever, if you have like a group of girlfriends. So I remember walking hand locked with my friend Jessica, and we were walking down the hall, we were talking, and everyone's going back to their classes. So the hallway is absolutely packed. And I was walking, and apparently someone opened the door for these people to get in. So when we were walking, the people had got in and they were like in the crowd with us. They found the people that they wanted to find and they started shooting. So all I hear is like, it's just raining gunshots everywhere. It's like mass chaos. Everyone's like running left and right. People were getting trampled over. People were getting pushed, and it was just, everyone was scared for their lives. By the time some kind of order or control came into the crowd, the police came. By that time, a couple of people had gotten shot. There were kids that had gotten like beat up. They had like huge knots on their heads, and everyone was terrified. Like, people were running into classrooms, hiding. I felt like my school was not prepared, and it was insane to think about because this is something that happens often. It never happens in our school, but it happens outside of school. So to think that the people that go and when they leave school go shoot and do different stupid stuff, like, would not ever bring that to school, and there was no like steps or procedures to prevent that, it just didn't make sense to me. It didn't make sense to me. But the point is, whatever happened. Fortunately, no one died. And that's the crazy part, because at the range in which the guy was shooting, like, a lot of people should have been dead. That was the only good news about it. But after the hallway cleared, everyone ran to their classrooms. We were all scared. We like locked the doors. The teachers locked the doors anyway. This happened. Some of the people from those neighborhoods or whatever were showing text messages like, yeah, I got a message that this was gonna happen or whatever, but no one took me seriously. And the teachers were all trying to come in and get like eyewitnesses and stuff like that. And obviously the school I'm at, no one's gonna tell like who did it. So it was just crazy. If you like this video and you want to hear more story times, all my crazy story times, give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to share this video and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. This hair that I am wearing is obviously from Royal Aces Hair. If you have not visited Royal Aces Hair before, you should. It's www.royalaceshair.com. I'm actually going to be doing a couple more story times, so if you see the same look, if you see the same outfit, just know that no, I'm not a bum who wears the same shit every day. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see y'all later.
Oh boy, you fine. Oh boy, you fine. You could bad do my waist too. I shave for you.